alchemist, and welcome back to Alchemy Levels. And if this is your first time here, please come join us. This is a place and a space where we alchemize the life that we want. We are the creators, the magicians, the alchemists of the change we want to see in our life. So how about that life that you want, with the new career, the love you want, breaking generational curses, or even creating generational wealth? This is the place I can help you generate and create the life that you want. How do we do that? Transmuting energy. Use that energy that sometimes distracts us, that sometimes is negative energy, and transmute it to the energy that will help us and allow us to create the life that we want. Okay, first of all, this reading today is a life compass reading, and it's life compass. I call these my life compass series because in those reading, we are discussing how the first one that we're doing right now, how can we recognize the shadow patterns that we have that continue to be an obstacle and a challenge for us to get to our dreams. So this is that reading that we're going to do today, is the shadow patterns. We're going to recognize what is that shadow pattern that continues to show up. Why is it challenging me? And how am I able to transmute and heal from that and use it for my growth? Use it for the betterment of me. So that's what our reading is going to begin today. So come in, join, have a seat, and I pray that this reading reaches all those who need to. So if you see this reading, it's not a coincidence. It is for you to succeed, to help you grow, to help you become the person you want to become, because nothing and no one can stop you, only but you. So we are going to begin the reading first with our life compass reading, and it's going to be shadow patterns. Okay, alchemists, let's begin our reading. The reading is life path shadow patterns, where we're able to use our shadow sign, transmute that energy to a higher vibrating energy, that we're able to succeed and be guided and use it to be the change that we want to be the change that we want in our lives. And so this is what this reading is about today. So hopefully this will be an aid in assisting you and guiding you. I pray that for those who need to hear this reading, it reaches them. And this is a timeless reading. So anytime you get this reading, it is meant for you. It is guided for you. And I hope it assists and help you in working on your shadow side and become a whole brighter star that you want to be in the change in your life. So the first thing is, let's ask, what pattern do I need to identify? What is the shadow pattern that I need to identify in my life? What is the shadow pattern that I need to identify in my life? Okay, your first card comes out, Feast of Plenty. It says choices and consequences. That's the first card, choices and consequences. Okay, what's that second card? Is there any more cards? Another card. What is the shadow linked to my pattern? What is the shadow linked to my pattern? Like, what are the actions? What is it that I do that is linked, that will let me know that it's a part of my shadow pattern? That card did come out. I'm trying to get the card. The next card is opportunity. If you can see that card, the next card is opportunity. Okay. And let's see, what is the advice or guidance you can give me in helping me with spirit? Spirit, what is the advice or guidance that you can give me when helping me to lead and guide me in my shadow pattern? What is it to help me to release that pattern, to help me improve in myself, that I can use it and transmute it? The next card is Das Devil, moving out of stagnation. Moving out of stagnation. So let's get these cards going and let's see how these cards are going to help us and advise us in going to where we need to go. And your top card is straddling worlds, wandering between realms. Wandering between realms. So the first card is said, Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. I think we already know what that is about. Because many times we make choices that we really don't think about the consequences of the aftermath of what's going to happen. And sometimes we make those choices, and what we're talking about is the shadow side. Sometimes we have triggers of our shadow sides, because let's break this down. Our shadow side is where there has been some type of pain, some type of trauma that have created a perception, a belief that guides us through life. And that perception, that pain and that trauma, now, let's be honest, pain, trauma, and fear cannot guide us through life. That is nowhere near healthy. That is not going to point us in the right direction. And I really believe with this choices and their consequences card, this is what they're talking about. Don't allow that shadow side to take over, to make the choices of your life. Because when you allow your shadow side to make the choices of your life, you're doing it from a place of possible pain, fear, and trauma. And that is that's limiting you, because you've created a limiting belief. Majority of the times when you are being guided by your shadow side, there's a trauma, there's a pain, there's something that has limited you to thinking and being guided in a certain way. So therefore, using that instead of belief, instead of faith, instead of love to guide you, it is not going to guide you to your higher self. So we can be honest with that. It is not going to guide you to your higher self. But this is what the card says. Choices and their consequences, life blessings and options. A great feast is laid out before you, and it requires you to choose what will satisfy your hunger. Something new and unconventional with its potential for bitter or savory qualities, or something you already know you love. You are faced with a plethora of options right now, and while that may seem to be an extraordinary thing, too many choices can throw you off balance. You might be worried that once you commit, you won't be able to turn back or refuse to confront the consequence of that decision. The most important thing to realize is that the feast is offering you experience. No amount of overanalyzing or strategizing will help you to make the right choice now. Only one warning: avoid the same choice if it keeps you hungry. If something didn't feel good or does not bring you what it seemingly promised, do not choose that again. The experience will only repeat itself, and you will have more than a bad taste in your mouth. So again, let's go back to what we were saying. If we're being guided with a negative fear base of that's going to allow us to make decisions and choices in our life, how far are we going to get to where we want to be? How can we be the change that we want to be if we keep making the same choices over from that fear, that negative base of choice of options that we have in our mind? Like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I remember the last time I did that. Because you're going to go right back to where you were. And it's just basically, you're like the second card has, because I'm looking at the second card and it says opportunity and it says caterpillar. Now let's think about it. Opportunity, caterpillar, and everything, the changes that a butterfly must go through, the transformation. And the only way that you're going to be able to have opportunities, new changes, is when you stop allowing those negative base, those fear base, those trauma, those pain, the sad base choices lead you. Because when you make it from that base, you are going right back into a cycle that you said you no longer wanted. So why would you go back into a cycle that you do not want, but making the same decisions? And I believe that's where the choices and their consequences and opportunity comes in. But let's look at opportunity and let's see what opportunity says. It says transformation, opportunity, independence from conditioned responses. That's what we're talking about. Okay, one of the things I have realized, because I'm working on my shadow self too, is that once you have been in a particular part of your life and you're like, say for instance, there is some belief that you don't deserve better. So you're sitting in a belief and you're conditioned in a belief that you don't deserve better. You don't deserve better in moving up in a better career, making more money, having that better home. Because somewhere in your life, someone put the belief in your head that you didn't deserve better. You were not worthy of it. Because that's what it comes down, worthy of it. So you're conditioned for that. But however, you're smart. You're doing what you need to do in life. You're taking care of the things that you need to take care of in life. And there's an opportunity that comes to you. Someone comes to you and say, hey, I've noticed your work. I would love to work with you. I would love to do XYZ. Or even if someone says, hey, I think you would be amazing for another position. The thing about the opportunity you have to be careful about, you may self-sabotage yourself because you feel you've been conditioned and you just don't even know. You've conditioned yourself that you weren't worthy of it. Or you may talk yourself out of even trying not to even go for the position. Or you may talk yourself out like, nah, I don't deserve that. Please, no, you deserve everything your heart desires. Begin telling yourself you are worthy. You are worthy and your voice needs to be heard. Because this is truth. Especially in your own life. Because you are the magician. You are the alchemist. You are the one shaping and creating your life. But let's go back before we go into any more about the caterpillar and opportunity card. Okay. It says the energy of the caterpillar appears herald in a time of transformation and opportunity. Here you're being asked to revise your dream. If it looks and smells familiar, step away from it for a time being. The new cannot emerge from the old, and the youthful and vital cannot emerge from the aged and sickly. Experiment and surprise yourself with what arises from you at this moment. Caterpillar is an invitation to test out a new strategy to get different, better results. Remember, the definition of lunacy is continuing with the same thinking and behavior and hoping for a different outcome. It's time to break away from habitual responses to surprise yourself and startle others. And that what we just said, that's just what we just said before even reading the meaning of the card. We have to break out that habitual thought, that habitual response, that habitual action that continues to get us right back to where we were. Then we're figuring like, I do want better. But you have to condition your mindset, your thought set. Step away for a minute. And I will always advocate, please, if Therapy is a beautiful thing to have. I've been in therapy. And it is a beautiful thing to have. Journaling. Anything that is going to help you to heal yourself and reset your mind and recognize the beauty that you are and the star that you are and become healthier in who you are in your mindset. It's going to help to create a transformation and opportunity of becoming the real you, of stepping into the things that you truly want in your life. So therefore, this is why choices, consequences, and opportunities come, because before you, something is going to come for you, and it's going to be a test to you. If you're using your shadow side to be as your guidance, as your compass in life. You don't want to use your shadow side of fear, of pain, of trauma, of self-worth. You're not thinking you're worthy enough. We don't want to use any negative fear-based anchor in our choices. So therefore, we have to change our mindset. We have to recognize who we are, and along with that, and recognize that negative energy. We have to change it and transmute it to a positive energy, even if it's affirmations in the morning. Even if it's just doing that one thing to improve yourself, writing in a journal. Even if it's that one thing of going to therapy. Just one thing. I'm not going to say go and change out the whole you, because change takes time. But if you're capable of it and you're ready for it and you want to change in life, let's start. First thing we got to do is change our mindset. The mindset has to change from that negative base anchor thoughts and thinking we don't deserve, we're not worthy. Now, the next card is that's devil. Moving out of stagnation. This is what it says. It says moving out of stagnation. And so to me, all three of these cards are ushering you and encouraging you to move out of your own way, out of stagnation. Let's read the card. Embrace the chaos, trust in the process, moving out of stagnation. Okay, I'm glad this says embrace the chaos, because I'm not going to even pretend that it's a very easy cakewalk when you're working with your shadow side, when you start making choices out of your normalcy. Because I've made choices out of my normalcy, and I'm not going to lie to you, it feels crazy. It feels so uncomfortable. It's not my skin, because I'm going into a new skin. I'm going into a new skill. But I had to realize it's a new growth. New growth is not going to feel normal, because it's new growth. It's something new. It's a new environment you're going into. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, I have to deal with the feeling. To me, like the chaos can be a lot of things, but for me, the chaos is like, oh my God, I feel so different. I don't feel like this is me. This is not my skin, because I'm going into something new. Even when you go into, like, say you're going into a new level of a new job, you know there's going to be new different things. Not you can't carry the old with you to the new. So this is an opportunity for you to get out of your way and say, you know what, I know this feels different. This doesn't feel like the old me. This is the new me. Trust the process. Trust yourself. But let's go back to the card. Okay, it says the dust devil. The dust devil causes a ruckus. Some people are afraid of its chaotic nature, believing that he comes to intentionally stir things up. The truth is, you can't expect this dream alley to behave, to bring niceness, to be clean. His power is in the mess he creates as he calls for you to engage in the full cyclone of life. And I'm glad it said the cyclone of life, because we evolve. There's transformation. There's levels of life, everything. And we have to realize there's a cycle, there's a beginning, and there's an end. We have to remember to say goodbye to the things that no longer serves us. Everything has a beginning and an end. That's the one thing we have to realize. There is birth and then there's death. And in life, we always have a circle of birth and death. It's always a cycle, and it's a transformation. And it's always continuously going on in our lives. And I understand that, yes, that happened, but when we're going through that cycle, what are we being led by? What are you being led by? Are you being led by that negative thought that you're not worthy, that negative thought of abandonment, of someone leaving you out in the cold, that negative thought of hurt, the negative thought of pain? Because there's so many experiences that has happened to us, and it draws our perception. And as it draws our perception, it creates limitation. Let's be honest. It creates limitation because we have this thought and we don't go out to explore to see if it's false. We do not go out to explore to see if it's false, because we're such in a fear grip, in a fear base, that we're not even necessarily going to find out. And that's how many people are not able to be successful. Because they're not afraid to go over that next mountain, that cross that bridge, cross that river to see what's going there. Yeah, if you go into, you may get wet as you walking through that water. Yeah, it's going to be a good bit of hard work, because you may have to hike up and down going into your journey. But it's the work. That's the process of the journey. We got to be honest. It's not going to be nice. It's not going to be easy. And let's go back to the reading of the dust devil. He represents two aspects as to you now. The winds in your outer life appearing to throw you off course, where you assume the world is coming at or happening to you, and the wind that churn inside you, with the dust devil arising from your dreamscape to help you escape your invisible chains, shackling you to a barren desert. That's it. What is shackling you that you cannot go and live your dream? What is shackling you that you cannot go and have that life and that love that you deserve? What is shackling you down? Figure what it is and why you allowing it to shackle you down. Because I promise you, you can release it. You can release it and you can remove it, because it all begins with a mindset. And I want to I want to show you these 3 cards again, because all of it actually truly makes sense. It connects, because it's all about the mindset of changing the mindset and believing you deserve more. You deserve more. You are more, and you can have whatever you want in this life. It's all yours for the taking. You just have to believe in it. You have to believe in it. You have to work in it. And it all begins with mindset. And the tools I offer you is to go into therapy, make sure you got a great network of friends that you can talk to, journaling, self-care. Self-care is number 1. You have to make sure you have a self-care routine, regardless, even if it's one thing at a time. Make sure I offer one thing at a time, because I understand sometimes when you go through changes, no matter what, it can be a diet, lifestyle, whatever it is, working out, is taking one step at a time. Because sometimes we don't do the changes because we get so overwhelmed, like, oh, I gotta do all this. Oh my God. Take your one step at a time, and you will get to where you need to go. End of story. No worries about that. So I say, think about where are your choices and consequences. Think, what are your choices? When you begin to make choices, when you begin to think, where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? Ask yourself that first before you start to take actions and decisions about doing things. Because you have to recognize that trigger, because the trigger is what is from your shadow work. The trigger is from a memory. A not so nice, painful memory that's leading you. Why are you allowing it to lead you? Why are you allowing it to tell you false narratives of who you are and what you can do and what you can't do? And then realize it's not allowing you your opportunity. It's not allowing you to go into your next step. It's not allowing you to become who you want to be. It's not allowing you to live the life you want. And it's creating you to be in stagnation, that you can't even move. So you're right back at one in your same cycle. So please think about that and see if it would be able to, if that, just that thought alone, because sometimes you have to think it through first and see what it means and go forth from there, because it's all in your mindset first. It all is in the mindset first before you can change anything. The inner actually brings out the external of what you're seeing. So work on that inner, work on that thought, work on that mindset to remove those negative anchors that is anchoring you in life, that doesn't allow you to move, because you're so afraid, you're so scared, or you're using the same excuse over and over again. Stop telling yourself that story. It's time to write a new story. And like I said, and the thing about it is the top card, I love this top card because it says straddling worlds, wandering between realms. You got one foot in and one foot out. So you actually do want to leave. You actually do want to start a new life. You want that new career. You want that new job. You want to break generational curses. You want to create generational wealth. You can do all of that. But you have to leave the old life behind. You have to leave the old mindset behind. It's no longer working for you. It's keeping you stagnated. It's keeping you in that same cycle, which you keep saying, how am I get here? I do my best. I work hard, because you keep making the same decisions over and over with the same fear-based thought and mindset. That's why. So we have to change that mindset. Now, I wanted to break down this reading because I also believe in, as I said, there's a cycle of life and everything. Also, there's a cycle of life as you're growing, to nurture, to nourish, and to heal. So let us do a couple of cards just to see what will help us, what can help us nurture us and going in the direction that we're going, what can nourish us and what can heal us. So let me see. I have some notes because I really wanted to break down. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. Because I love this fact of the matter. Nurture, nourish, and heal are my sound principles for when you're going through these transformations at these different levels of life. And what nurture is to take care, a feed, a growth, a development. So how are you nurturing yourself? What are the techniques that will help guide you to nurture yourself for a growth and development? Nourish is necessary for growth and development. And it is supply yourself to get yourself to higher, the energy, your well-being. So what are you nourishing yourself? How do you nourish your gift? How do you nourish yourself in the ambition in which you're going through to get from that shadow side? And healing is another transformation, restoring your health, mending an issue, mending a situation, making it come to an end, to a better conclusion. So let's see, I'm trying to figure, I have a couple of cards I want to use because I believe it's helped me and I know it can help you. So let me try this one right here. I love these cards. Let's see, let's use this card for the nurture. How do we nurture ourselves? Okay, Spirit. How do we nurture? How is the collective nurturing themselves? How can the collective nurture themselves from repeating the shadow pattern? How can they nurture themselves? What is the technique? What is the guidance they need to remove themselves out of using the same shadow side and making decisions in their lives, in their guidance? Let's see. Ooh, this is a good one. It says, these are good. The first card says, step into the unknown. So that is scary. So to nurture yourself, you have to step into the unknown. And the actual top card is awaken your vulnerability. Awaken your vulnerability. So that is your top card. Now I want to say something about awakening your vulnerability and stepping into the unknown. And because the one thing when the top card says awaken your vulnerability, what it reminds me of is I remember when I was in therapy, I was saying to myself, I was like, it feel like because I said everything out loud that I was afraid of, that I was scared of, and that I held in for so long, being that I was saying it out loud and I was talking and I was writing about it and doing exercises that would help me, it no longer was a fear. I allowed my real emotions, my real hurt, my real pain to come out on a pen and paper and to share with someone. I allowed tears to flow. It was a very good process of healing, a very good process of evolving, even with meditation, prayer. I did so many things because I was like, I want to move into the next level. I no longer want to keep these things hindering me. I'm tired of it hindering me. So when it says awaken your vulnerability, to me, I don't know why that spoke to me like, tell your secret. Tell your secret. Tell the things that make you afraid. Because once you tell your fear, and once you tell your secret that makes you afraid, whether to your therapist or even writing your journal or even saying it out loud, just you in a room, it no longer can keep you prisoner. It cannot keep you prisoner anymore because you're saying it out loud and you're speaking it and you're saying it hurts you. You no longer it no longer is holding you back. So therefore, I say, embrace it. Embrace that secret. Embrace that pain. And why? Because it hurts like hell being in the dark. It hurts like hell being in the dark and allowing something to hold you down and hurt you. You don't deserve that. No. Don't allow that to continue to command your life, because that really would command your life. Of you being afraid of being vulnerable, of you being afraid of you telling yourself, telling the truth of who you are and what hurts you. Tell it to someone who you know will heal you. Tell it to someone you know you can trust. Write it in that journal. Go sit down, even if you have to go in the park, sit down and write it down in the journals and breathe and take your time. But let that set you free. Let's go into stepping into the unknown. It says this could relate to starting a new business, starting a family, or doing a course of study that have been putting off for years. You may feel like you are ready to move to another city or country or simply travel to a particular place. Whether it's the possibility of a romantic relationship, a new type of friendship, or an innovative venture, there are higher forces propelling you forward. The opportunities being presented to you are a part of your growth and are connected to you fulfilling an important aspect of your life purpose. Be attentive to small details because your real transformation might come in surprising ways from unexpected sources. Be flexible about doing new things in new ways with an open mind. While discernment is necessary, look for signs that show you what you are on the right track, that you are on the right track. Trust that you are being guided. Take positive actions to do something new and courageous within 48 hours. The action can be small, like making a phone call, or it could be large, like buying a ticket to travel overseas. Whether it takes daily steps towards your inner calling whilst being aware of your intuitive guidance, only do things or work with people when you have the right feeling. By taking regular actions, you will build a momentum cycle, which will give you more confidence to keep going. And that's what we talked about at the beginning, about just doing small things. Doing small things, doing that one thing, doing that one action. Like they say, just do something within the next 48 hours, even if it's writing in the journal. I don't care if you write in the journal, this is where I'm beginning to heal. This is where I'm beginning to take care of me and do self-care and self-love for myself. I don't care what it is, begin to write it. And even if you have to go on the phone, because I know on the phone they have like these notes, you can write it in the notes. This is where I begin to love me more. This is where I begin the chapter of recognizing the beauty of me. Do something. Hey, let that be a challenge. Do something within the 48 hours. Just to write, to tell yourself, I'm afraid of XYZ. I hated that. Whatever it is. And if you do it, if you don't do it, or you begin to do it, chime down in the comments and say, hey, I took the challenge. I took the 48-hour challenge, and this is what I wrote to myself. I took the 48 challenge, and this is what I did. That one thing. What was the one thing that you did? Try it, and it'll probably make you feel better, because it's that one step. It's that one difference. It's that one stepping into the unknown. Do not allow yourself to be played in your mind like, oh, I just wrote in a journal. That was a nothing. Yes, it is something. You took a step. You took a step in the movement, in believing in yourself, and betting in yourself. So let's begin in that. And the next card, let me see the next cards I have. I work with a lot of herbs. I do herbal tea. And herbs are such great healing mechanism for us. And that's why I work with them. And you can work with herbs in so many ways. Teas, essential oil, food. Because like I always say, healing and evolving is a mind, body, soul, and spirit alignment. And you just have to take one step of it. So let's see what actually can help nourish us. What can help nourish us as we're going through this shadow period? What can help nourish us to get to our higher selves? What can help nourish us so that we will not go back into that same cycle, that same pattern of what we've been doing? Because we have to get it, we have to do one step. We have to recognize and take those steps. Take those steps of the direction that we're going and where we're going to. So let's just see. What is it that would nourish us? Help nourish us as we're going through this transformation of our shadow self, as we're transmuting energy. What can help nourish us to transmute our shadow self energy into our higher self and to a higher vibration, and allowing us to become who we want to be, the change we want to be, the love we want to receive, breaking generational curses. What is it? Let's see. Okay. Sensuality. Let's go with the flow of the card. It says that. Oh, I like that. Okay. The top card, I don't know why I feel like the top card is really the main card. So it's telling me the top card. The top card is ashwagandha, purpose. Now, ashwagandha is a very good herb. Ashwagandha is an herb that you can help with a good stress reliever. It's a good stress reliever. It's a good herb. I know I use it for, it can be even used, and as you're working out, wait a minute, I'm doing too much cards. It can be even used working out and everything, but let's go back and tell you how to use ashwagandha. Because even with this, because it says ashwagandha says purpose. So this is telling me you need to walk in your purpose. Once you release, nourish your purpose. Nourish the purpose that you believe you are here for, that you were created for. Nourish the purpose, because we were asking how can we nourish ourselves? How can we transmute the energy? So nourish in what you believe you are here for, your purpose, regardless of what that purpose is. Say you feel like you were here to write the best book in the entire world. Start writing a page a day. Start writing down ideas of different books you want. Say you believe you were here because you have the best voice and you were here to be heard. Start singing more. Start practicing. Sing along with your favorite singer, and watch them and see how they train and start singing along with them and getting better. Dance more. Design more. Take that one step. Even the 48 hours can be you just believing in your purpose for once. If you believe you want to design and you want to be a stylist and you want to make great, beautiful design gowns, outfits, whatever, go ahead and get that sketchbook. Get the sketchbook and start sketching. Even if it's one little thing. Get the notebook and start writing music. Even if it's just that one word, one note, whatever. You want to be herbalist, a healer. Get that book. Start reading. Go on the internet. Start reading about different herbs and writing things down about the different herbs. You want to be a counselor. Do all that you can do. That you need to be a counselor. Go research and see how you can help, how you can possibly take classes, whatever. Feed your purpose. Because when you feed your purpose, that is when you get so much out of life. That is when you see more clear in what you truly want. That is when, to be honest with you, it feels like that corner turns in your life. Because you're so much into that purpose and you're so much into your joy, because your joy is your purpose, because you were created, like it flows to you so easily that you don't even see obstacles or anything no more, because it's something you love, it's something you want to do. So this is what you're doing. It's just that simple. So feed your purpose. But I'll still read the what they have for the ashwagandha. But it is a great herb. I tend to use it. It helps me relax. And it's a good herb for this actual season of this winter coming in, because they said that when winter comes in, this is one of those seasons many people kind of get depressed and everything. So this is a beautiful herb to use to kind of help you through this season. Ashwagandha purpose. Finding divine purpose. Finding a future self. Receiving a divine gift. So that is what your ashwagandha guidance is. Let's see. I'm trying to read. Ashwagandha reminds us that it is not necessary to fully know the entirety of your purpose in order to pursue it. When you're living in alignment with your dharma purpose, there is no separation between your inner and outer realities. It becomes a cohesive expression, therefore granting a feeling of wholeness and completion. Perhaps you are not clear on your desired outcome, so your efforts feel unfocused or purposeless. Even if you lost touch with your why, remain open to the mystery of the journey. Stay focused and playful. Keep the following signs. And so to me, if you stay grounded in that purpose, it will help you. If you stay grounded in that purpose, it will help you be focused and guide you to where you need to go. So definitely do that. And I want to break this down. Okay. In Ayurveda, ashwagandha belongs to a subcategory of herbs called Medhaya Rasanas. I hope I pronounced that right. Medhaya meaning intellect, mental power, and Rasanas meaning rejuvenating. So, okay, oh my God. Traditionally, ashwagandha is used to tone, strengthen, and revitalize, energizing and calming simultaneously. It maximizes the body's ability to resist and adapt to stress, enabling the body to reserve and sustain vital energy and promoting a sound and restful sleep. Now let's go back to what it means in Ayurveda. I can't pronounce this right. Ayurveda medicine. Okay, they said, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. It says Medhaya Rasayanas, Metahaya means intellect, mental power. And rasayanas meaning rejuvenating. And we just get through saying the mindset is what needs to change. The mindset what needs to change and where we're going in order for us to get to the opportunities and changing and evolving our life. And she basically said that ashwagandha is used to tone, strengthen, and revitalize and energize while calming simultaneously. So when we talked about, when we're moving out of the stagnation and it's that chaos and a whole lot is going on, we can drink on some ashwagandha tea. We're going to drink on some ashwagandha tea, but I'm not a doctor, so please, I would say, please check with your doctor first and everything before you go into that. But that can be a calming tea for you and helps you through your time as you're going through. And you're going through these changes, So, but ashwagandha steps is telling you to step in your purpose. Step in your purpose. And as you step in your purpose, and we said that as you step in your purpose, it's something that flows with you, it's something that you love, that you're not going to see it as a challenge, and it's going to help you navigate through those changes. It's going to help you navigate and start making better choices. It's going to help you navigate and bring opportunity. It's going to help you navigate and step into the unknown. So see, all these cards are weaving together to tell you the story that Spirit believes in you. Spirit invites you to believe in yourself. Spirit wants you to understand that they are here waiting on you to guide you and to help you, to push you into this new life, into the new direction in which you deserve. Say what you want and go after it by beginning in your purpose. Remember, y'all, the 48-hour challenge. Start working on something in your purpose. Or start making a decision or make a different decision that you never made before. That can help you go along in changing that negative self-belief. We're removing negative self-belief. We're changing mindsets. We're getting into positive mindsets where we know we are worthy, where we know we are loved, where we know we deserve that next level job, that next level career, the family, the love, whatever you want, you can have it. You have to remember you're an alchemist, you're a magician of your life, and you can have any and everything that you want in your life. You are the navigator of this life. No one else. You get to make the choices. You get to write the new chapters. Okay, the next card is how can I help myself heal as I'm going through my shadow pattern spirit? What is it that you can advise us as we are going through this shadow period? How can we heal ourselves? And because healing is an ongoing thing. The one thing I had to remind myself is that healing is an ongoing thing, because there's always you go into the level and you're still learning, you're still growing. You're always going to be learning and growing until you leave this earth. So healing and evolving, transformation, that is something that's continuously ongoing. But when we're healing, we're transforming, we're evolving, we want the anchor to be of a positive mindset. Even when things don't go our way, why is this happening for me? What is it trying to teach me? What is it guiding me to? And go forth from there. Let me see. I had a couple cards. I'll take both of them. Let's just do both cards. These are two cards that's going to help us to heal. So the first card is Marjoram, and it states it's comfort. People cannot be trusted. That is your trigger statement. Your true statement is I trust in my heart. Your big, beautiful heart is ready to open. Trust that you will be able to discern who is best to walk with you. So, okay, so this is telling us in some of our evolving transformation, there are some people that's not going to be able to come with us. There is some people who's not going to be able to come with us on that journey. There's people, there's habits, there's thoughts, all these different types of different addictions, because believe addictions is just not about drugs and alcohol. Addictions is about habitual shopping. Addictions is about making wrong money choices. Addictions is about so many different things. Anything that does not lead to your happiness, anything that does not lead you into bettering yourself and your family and your lifestyle, those are negative habits that you don't need. And some things you're going to have to leave. It's going to be people, places, and things that you no longer can have in your life that you have to go forward in. that does not serve you anymore, and if that's not serving you anymore for your purpose that you were created for. So let's face that part. So it's not about people can't be trusted. It's about, what do you feel here in your heart? What is your heart directing you to? What is the intuition directing you to? Let's be honest with that and go forth from there and be led by that. And there's plenty of people who are probably watching right now. Soon as it says your big, beautiful heart is ready to open, trust it, you will be able to discern who is best to walk with you. It popped in your head. The people, the places, the things that no longer served you. You know what it is. Write it down and step away from it. Start taking slow steps away from it. That can be the 48-hour change that going into the unknown. Just take one step. I'm not saying to solve it within 48 hours. I'm saying take one step. But I know some of you already realize who's not even for you. But you still been hanging on to them. You still letting them walk with you. You still on that phone talking. You still going and doing the same things you were doing. Let it go. It is no longer serving you. It has showed itself to you many times. It has told you who and what they are. Leave it. The next card says evolution. And that's what we're talking about. Evolution, evolving. So the next card says evolution. Things will never change. That's your trigger statement that you say to yourself. Things will never change. But the true statement is, I attract only what is for my highest good. The imbalances in relationships that have been keeping you down are no longer needed. You are ready to transform. And I forgot to tell you, this is essential oil. So marjoram, and that's considered herbs too. But the first one was marjoram, and the second was, I've never seen this one. I guess it's melaleuca. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, I apologize. If you guys know how to, I apologize for it. But if these two cards came out, the imbalances in relationships that have been keeping you down are no longer needed. You are ready to transform. So evidently it is a relationship. It is people. So there is someone that you have to leave behind that's no longer a part of your destiny. Sometimes you can't even go to your next chapter because of the people in your life, because they're there to sink the ship. They're not helping you paddle the boat. They're not helping, even if water get in the boat, they're not taking the water out the boat. They're just sinking the ship more by just sitting there. Don't let anyone take up space who's not in helping to feed you. Remember, a relationship is an input and an output. What are they giving you and what are you giving them? If you are not feeding each other, it's no reason you should be having conversation. It's no reason you should even be partying with them. What is the input and output of the relationship? And be honest. And take that honesty with you and recognize, okay, you know what? This is a relationship that does not feed me. This is not a relationship that helped me get to my higher self. This is not a relationship that helped me break generational curses. This is not a relationship that helped me go to my new career. This is not a relationship that helps me to walk in anything that I have, the goals that I have set for my life. These are the relationships that is failing me. And it's all about you. You are directing this. You are the alchemist. You are the magician. Transform your life into what you want. Now, this is the last card for our reading. These are crystal medicine oracle cards. So now we're going to ask, what is the best crystal for you to have? Now, there's so many crystals. Crystals are beautiful, and there's so many crystals to help you get through your journey. We're just going to use this oracle card to see what is the best crystal card that would help you in your journey. What is the best crystal card that would help in the journey? You know what? This card came out twice, so evidently it needs it. The top card says challenge. And the crystal is fulgurite. And it has lightning, and it has the number 5, and we all know the number 5 means changes. So there will be challenges and changes that's going to be happening through your life as you're going through your life compass, as you're breaking down your shadow pattern, as you're stopping your shadow pattern and transmuting it into a higher vibration. You're going to use that shadow pattern to transform your life. You're going to use that shadow pattern and not allow it to trigger you no more to make decisions that is not healthy for you, that is not moving you towards your purpose, that is not moving you towards your success. However, okay, but this is the card that came out twice, because I thought it just dropped just to drop, and I did it again. It came and it fell out, so it's telling me I say what I say. So the card that came out is creativity. The crystal is Beck's Bite, and it's for under fire. So let's see what this card can tell us. Creativity, Beck's Bite. I've never seen that crystal. And fire. So let's see. And this number 7. 7 is usually like a completion card. 7 is a spiritual card. So this is telling me, and this is an enlightenment card. So you're going to be enlightened. If you continue to move yourself forward in changing and releasing your shadow pattern, you're going to be enlightened. You're going to be moving forward. You're going to be in a new growth of spirituality. You're going to be in a new growth of life that you've never experienced. But let's go to the cards to wrap up this reading, and we can go from there. Let's see. It says number 7. Okay. Oracle card, creativity, fire, big spite. You have attracted this powerful card into your awareness as a sign. It is time to deepen your connection to the creative life force energy of the universe. You are a creative soul, and you are being invited to awaken to the passionate fire energy available to you at all times. Have you been feeling stuck in your life, experiencing a lack of drive and passion? Well, it's time to connect back into your creative flair. We are all creative beings, and when we disconnect from this life energy, it can cause us to feel blocked, still, and unmotivated. It's time to get your creativity sparked. What do you do that's creative? What sparks your passion? What makes you feel alive? Find out what makes your heart sing and action some steps into manifest this magic into your life. Make sure you call in the sacred fire to assist you with your creative projects and deepen your connection to the life energy of the universe. Now let's see the crystal. Let's see. Oh, medicine fire. Fire is the 5 elements we work with strongly in healing and shamanism. Each element has its own property energy. The fire element draws forth the energy of passion, life energy, renewal, cleansing, creativity, sensuality, kundalini, and transformation on a deep level. We are made up of this fire element and have this energy available to us at will. You have the fire burning within you and connected to the life energy at all time. It's time it's time to fan your flame and allow the fire to light up your life. The crystal big spike. Okay, the red emerald is a red emerald. Is one of the rarest crystals on the planet. It is one of the most powerful crystals to enhance and invoke a creative flair at the deepest level. Big spike aligns you with the life force energy of the universe, awakening the fire within. So to me, this very last card is basically telling me that it's within you. And it's time for it to be released. It's time for you to release all those negative hindrance. It's time for you to release those negative people. It's time for you to release those negative habits. It's time for you to start stepping into the unknown. You've been living in a stagnant life. You've been living just on a pause page. You've been pausing. You have paused for a long time. Yes, there was COVID and everything, but you have been on pause even before that. It's time for you to start moving. It's time for you to get into the direction where you're supposed to be going. This is no longer a space for you. You have to move to the space of your purpose. You have to move to the space of who you are. And that's what Spirit is telling you right now. Move to where you're supposed to be. Cross the bridge. Go forward and stop telling yourself these stories and these lies. It's not, that's not your story. That's not your life. Release that heavy negative anchor that keeps pushing you down and pulling you down and telling you're not worthy of the life that is yours. I think this reading has gone on long enough. I just wanted to do a quick reading. Hopefully it can be quicker next time. I'm sorry if I took too much time, but I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I hope this has helped you in releasing that shadow pattern and transmuting that energy to the purpose in your life of what you want. Remember, you're an alchemist, you're a magician. You can do anything you want in your life. You can make any changes. You can be the change that you want to be in your life. But you have to change that mindset. You have to nourish yourself. You have to nurture yourself and heal that part of you and continue to grow more and more. I love this reading. I enjoyed this reading. And I thank you for spending the time with me in this reading. Until next time, until we see you again, be well. And I say, thank you guys. Talk to you later.